Those are the birds. It's nice out here. All right, kids. So it's the beginning of this fourth week of the 15-week weight loss challenge. I weighed in yesterday morning at 208.8. I am finally out of the 210s. I am down a total of 67 pounds. And I'm kind of a little over 9.5 months into this. It's what, May 22nd, started August 1st, 2015. It's May 22nd, 2016. 9 months, 3/4 weeks into this, 67 pounds down. We're gonna knock the rest of this weight out here in the next few months. Out there. Unbelievable. How about you, Hammy? Okay, so I am heading to Hotbox to work out with Kyle Mims. I'm watching the road, don't worry, guys. And man, I am so excited. I'm really getting into the whole weight training thing, and it's really having a huge impact on my weight loss. And kind of, I think where I'm at now, where I've come to after, nearly 10 months of this, I've found kind of, I think where I'm at now anyway, it's the best for me up to this point, which is kind of carb cycling, eating ketogenic all day long, staying off of carbs, and then having carbs at night. It depends. Some nights not really. Some nights a decent amount. I can feel it now. I can gauge myself. The other thing is kind of calorie cycling too. Like have a number of really, really light days of like for me, I keep my calories under 2,000, and then when I can feel it, I'm drained. It's like I'm ready. Then I'll have like 2,800 calories, and then the next day I wake up and I look skinnier. Kind of, I guess, boosts back up leptin and all these different hormones. And then the weight training is just amazing, and we've been weight training at home, and I've been getting a lot more sun. Sun, man. I can't tell you how it feels like that's been so impactful, is getting outside, and then also sleep. I've been feeling like the last number of weeks I'm actually getting like the best sleep I've ever gotten in my entire life. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night, and I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling better. And the longer more restful I sleep, the thinner I look in the morning. I really think that it all ties together. So, and that's it. And I think for me it's eating low carb, high fat all day. And sometimes I eat even low carb, high fat for the whole day, and I'll go like 1 or 2 days like strict ketogenic. And then when I start to feel like not good, like it's too much, then I just eat some carbs, man, and I just don't stress it anymore. And that seems to be what works best for me. I did the strict keto for about 2.5 months. I made it about 17 straight days, and it never really clicked for me. And also I work out hard. So, I think that the ketogenic for most people works out if they either don't work out or they work out moderately. But I don't think for most people it works out with like weight training and kickboxing and CrossFit. It's the demand on the body is too intense to just run off of fat. For me anyway, at 52 years old and where my metabolism is at. And honestly, I just wasn't really happy. I just, this is what's cool about it. It's like I'm happy because I know, it's Monday morning, and I was so hungry this morning, and I had a bulletproof coffee, and I'm going to lift weights, and today and tomorrow and the next day I'll eat super lean, but then maybe Thursday, I'll have a burger. So it's like, all right, well then I just look forward to that. because I do like to eat. So anyway, this is just for me. And a thing I've noticed, and I just want to put it out there because I think it really is important for people trying to lose weight, is I've noticed a lot of people, without really knowing your history or how your body works, or have never worked with you, will just give these blanket statements on Facebook. Oh, you got to do this. It's like, man, let me tell you something. If you haven't looked at my blood work and you haven't worked out with me and you don't really know me, making blanket statements like that is not really the ticket for me anyway. It's, let's put it this way. I've talked to some of the top guys in this field on the phone, some big guys like Dr. Jockers and stuff. And I've noticed that the bigger the people, the more experienced they are, the less that they tell you just what to do. Like, first of all, they all are like, well, I need to find out stuff about you because it has to always, and then it's always like, it always comes down to, you got to try this and see what works for you. Now that's been my experience. The best of them, the most experienced guys, the guys that do this for a living, and that's where they come from. They don't just say, oh, this is what you have to do, and if you don't do this, it's, because they know that that's not what it's about. For one person, they may, live on carbs and it works for them. And maybe they have, more of those genes. I don't know. Anyway, that's it, man. The weight is coming off. All right, it is Wednesday, May 25th, heading to Hotbox, doing upper body with Mr. Kyle Mims. My hair's kind of funky. So yesterday was a weird morning. It was super hectic, and I kind of fell behind getting the kids ready and out to school, so I didn't have my Bulletproof coffee, which, if anybody out there doesn't know what Bulletproof coffee is, it's basically coffee with MCT oil, which is pure, it's a purified coconut oil, and Kerrygold grass-fed pure butter, full fat butter. Anyway, so yeah, that's in your coffee, and it starts the production of ketones, and also so a lot of people talk about it helping with satiation. So yesterday I didn't have I do intermittent fasting, which is another thing people don't know. I stop eating usually around 6 or 7, 5 sometimes, and then I try not to eat till like lunchtime the next day. And I do this pretty consistently. So yesterday I couldn't do my Bulletproof coffee, and I had the worst day with hunger. I didn't go off the rails with my food. I ate more than I normally would. I think I had probably about 2,500 calories, which normally I'm usually around 2,000, a little above, a little below. And that seems to really, I know, some people say calories don't matter, but it seems to really, when my calories creep up, I just stay the same. It's weird. My body, where my body's at with its metabolism and gut health and everything, it just seems like it's better off when I'm staying lower. And I use the MyFitnessPal app. But anyway, I didn't do the Bulletproof coffee, and I really had a rough day. I was hungry all day. I wanted to graze all day, and I did moderately graze on and off all day. A little handful of raw almonds, or a piece of, sharp cheddar cheese, or some bacon, or a hard-boiled egg. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't go insane and go to Taco Bell and, go off the rails, but it was a very uncomfortable day, to say the least, because it's really hard to live this lifestyle when you're like ferociously hungry. It really is. I mean, so, there's always a lot of talk about Bulletproof coffee, cutting that, making it so that it helps with intermittent fasting. It helps a lot of people. It helps them with eating ketogenic. And I'll tell you, I think there's something to it, because I missed Bulletproof Coffee. I had the worst day. And this morning I got up and I ate Bulletproof Coffee, and I feel great. And I feel totally like I could go hours now without food. Where yesterday I had a client in from out of town, and he wanted to get breakfast. So I ate breakfast at like 9 a.m., which I don't do, and I was already like starving. So it was like I dealt with the kids, and then I went straight to get breakfast. And yeah, it just, I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of my little realization, is I think that really there is something to this. Let's see if I can sneak in. Will anybody let me in? Let me in! Oh, man. I gotta tell you, man, when I left LA and I moved to North Carolina, I didn't find people particularly any friendlier, man, especially when it came to driving. The South, you think the South, like, everybody's friendly and everybody in LA are pricks, but I don't know, man. It seems sometimes like people are friendlier in LA on the road. I don't know, man. Another things that make you go, My house in North Carolina was like kind of on a little bit of a busy street heading out of town, or heading out of the neighborhood. So I would have to get up in the morning and get the kids out to school and pull out at like 10 to 8. And it was, we had like kind of a long driveway, so you'd have to back out of the driveway. And I'm telling you, it was a challenge backing out of that driveway onto the street at 7:38 in the morning. Man, people just didn't want to let you in, man. They just didn't. And I thought, man, I thought this was the South, man. Everybody was supposed to be like, you go first, honey. Bless your heart. I didn't get a lot of that. I got a lot of the other bless your heart. So if anybody from the South, you guys know the flip side of that. Bless his heart means screw him.